Hey gang, Stu Jones here at the Florida Powerboat Club headquarters in Pompano Beach, where we're celebrating 25 years with the Florida Powerboat Club in 2018. We thought we would create a really cool project to celebrate that, so we have this partnership with Mercury Racing. It's a 2,038-foot cigarette Top Gun, which is, to me, a very cool boat. You know, we started the club with a cigarette pace boat back in '93. It was a very similar boat, straight bottom, Top Gun, and I've always liked that boat. I've been in several of them. It's a great offshore boat, and I kind of like the non-step because we do a lot of beaching around here, and for me, it's the perfect boat. But the idea was really to create a boat that was somewhat nostalgic, which helped to celebrate the club's anniversary, but was really up to date in terms of its power. We talked to the gang at Mercury Racing. Of course, we've had a relationship with them for a long, long time. We decided that Project 1080 was the way to go, and that's twin Mercury Racing stern drive 540s. So that's a fully electronic motor with headers, reliability, 2-year warranties, and we're going to go with the ITS Bravo XR drives. The ITS gives us a really clean transom. We're going to go with the new tabs. We're going to go with all the electronics, the DTS. It's going to be a resto mod boat because basically all the cool features of a classic boat with all of the upgraded technology that is now available in our world today. So that's really what I'm excited about, and I feel like a kid again because this is going to be a lot of fun. Well, in order to start a big restoration project like this, you know, we've already got the engines out. One of them was okay, but we're rebuilding it. The other one was pretty much shot. So the engines are not a factor at all anymore, but what is a factor is the interior. The cockpit is an 18-year-old cockpit, so is the cabin. It's kind of old and mildewy and pretty beat up, so we're going to tear it all out and we're going to start over again. So I've got Adam up there. He's been working in the cockpit for a couple days. Adam, how are we making out, bud?
All good, still need a little help.
Need a little help? Okay, well that means we're going to start taking all this stuff out of here. Let's go. So to start this project, we're going to break it down into 4 segments, okay? First of all, the engines is going to be the most important thing. We're repowering this boat pretty much from bow to stern. The Mercury Racing 540 stern drive package, going to be 2 of them mounted in here. What's great about it is it's an XR drive setup. We are going to go with the ITS upgrade, so we're going to have a very clean transom. We're also going to go to the Mercury Racing tabs, so it's going to be a really nice clean transom, and it's going to all communicate nicely with our new digital dash. Let's talk about the engine room though. It's pretty beat up from the 540s that were in there. I'm not going to be doing any of this work. All the wrenching on this boat, all of the rigging is going to be done by a Mercury Racing authorized installer. That's Performance Marine Trading in Fort Lauderdale. They're the same company that took care of the Nortec 10 years ago when we had the 2008 Nortec 39 Super V. That was again sponsored by Mercury Racing and had a pair of Mercury Racing 700s. Of course, it was all rigged by the factory at Nortec, but it was maintained by Performance Marine Trading in Fort Lauderdale. And they're going to be the go-to headquarters for us on this. Okay, obviously the cockpit is going to get a lot of attention too, and this is going to be the biggest part of the resto mod. This is the part that everyone's going to see, is the cockpit, which includes the helm. So let's start with the helm. You know, this is a traditional 2000 model year helm, all analog gauges, mechanical trim. Everything is all original cigarette equipment. Obviously we've got Lavorsi shifters and throttles. So this is all going to go away. If you really want to do a true resto mod, you've got to change the interior in the boat. The only way you can do that is to find somebody who's really practiced and really proven to have done this before successfully, and that's Fine Line Upholstery in Hallandale Beach. So we talked to Mike about doing the job. He's all very comfortable with it. It's in his wheelhouse because he's done a lot of these conversions before. He's done a lot of cigarette interiors for the factory, but the fact that he's done the conversions, that's critical because he understands what it takes to take all these parts out of the boat and salvage what we can and start new. So the only way to truly redo your forward cabin is to start from scratch. Adam has virtually taken everything apart, all the old carpet, the headliner, most of the headliner, all the side panels, all the cushions are gone completely out of the boat. And you can see forward there, it's what they call the cover girl cabin, if I'm not mistaken, and it's really just a vinyl, a piece of vinyl panel in there. So we're going to make it a functional cabin that still looks good, put some creative lighting in here. That's our plan for the cabin. The first thing I thought of was wrapping the boat. And for those of you who have wrapped boats before, understand that these layers of graphics are really thick. This is actual paint with clear coat on it. And if you run your fingers over these edges, they're very sharp edges. And you have to, if you're going to wrap a boat, you've got to begin by getting rid of all those edges. We're going to strip the paint completely, and we're going to go with some traditional colors. We're going to stay along the lines of silver, charcoal black, a little highlight of red. If any of you remember the Ocean Hawk from 2 years ago, it had a really plain Jane paint job, but it kind of looked nice. It was a very traditional paint job with a lot of straight lines in it. So we're working with a designer right now who's coming up with some designs. I'm very, very anxious to get those designs so that we can get the paint job quoted and get the boat in prep so we can start getting ready to paint it. As I said earlier, you know, this is for me a very nostalgic project. You know, 25 years of running the Florida Powerboat Club, and we pretty much started with cigarettes, so to own one now, it's been a long time coming. Thanks for watching part one of our coverage of the Project 1080, a partnership with Mercury Racing on this 38-foot cigarette top gun. Hope you enjoyed it. And you can follow the Project 1080 at our Facebook page, FL Powerboat, our Instagram pages, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Florida Powerboat Club.